What's going on, y'all? It's No Gas Jay. I just wanted to make a quick video here on e-bike security just to give y'all some ideas and suggestions, hopefully some recommendations on things that you can use to help protect your bike, your e-bike, whatever you have. These are things that I personally use for my bike here at Rev 1. So hopefully this will give you guys some good ideas to prevent against any thieves or any issues that you may come across. All right, y'all. So we got two locks here. One is an alarm disc brake lock here, and then this one is a throttle brake lock. So this one goes on your throttle and your brake lever, and then this one goes on your disc brake. So I'm going to go through everything here, show you guys how to use it. I'm going to pretty much go through this video as if you have no idea what these two locks are. If you have no idea what they are, what they do, how it can help you, how it's going to help secure your bike, I'm going to go through everything and then put it on the bike and show you guys. So I'm going to do a full walkthrough for you. All right, so we got the disc brake lock here, and I'm just gonna kind of go through this as if you've never heard of a disc brake lock and you have no idea what it is, you don't know what it does, and you're watching this video going, all right, that's cool, but how does this actually help protect my bike and help keep it secure? So again, this goes on the disc brake, it has an alarm on it as well, and has a motion sensor. So what you do is, for this one, you just kind of click it on there, and you're gonna hear it beep one time. Now, the only thing with this one, guys, I don't know if it's just this specific company, but the one that I have is not very sensitive, unfortunately. So if you see here, if I move the bike, nothing really happens. So it's not very sensitive, which is not the best. But what I usually do is I put it right here on the end so that if you roll the tire counterclockwise, it'll hit the brakes here. And then that will activate the alarm. Now, if I really shake this bike, which I'll do here in a minute, it's gonna beep 3 times. And then once it beeps 3 times, then the alarm will go off. And I think the alarm goes off for about 10 to 15 seconds. The alarm is very loud, and the decibels are very high. I don't know what the actual number is for the decibels, but it's a very loud alarm. So the good news is, if you hear this alarm going off, it's not a good thing that it's going off, because that means something's going on with your bike, but you will hear the alarm is really what I should say. So the alarm is very loud, and if you're not too far away, you will hear it at the very least. It will get the attention of other people around your bike. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys here what happens when the motion sensor is activated. All right, so like I said, you do have to move the bike a lot. So it's really more so for the wheel. It's not very sensitive, unfortunately. So if someone tries to roll your bike or move it, then the alarm will beep 3 times like you just heard. I'm gonna go ahead and deactivate this, because the next thing for this is for the alarm to go off, and it's very loud, and I don't want this going off right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. All right, so I just wanna show you guys really quickly before we move on to the throttle lock here. I wanna show you guys this one here. It does come with 2 sets of keys. So I have one key here, I have it labeled, and then I have another key as well that I keep with me. So once you connect this here, boom, right? And you hear that 3 beep. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. All you do is just put that in there, disconnect it, and you can take it off the bike. All right, so it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. What I usually do is I usually put on my brake, and I'll go over this tape right here. This looks so ghetto. I'll explain why that's there. So what I usually do is I usually put the throttle handlebar lock on first, and then I put the disc brake on, because obviously that's motion sensor and it's a little bit more sensitive. So let me go ahead and put this on for you guys and show you how to use this here. All right, so we got the throttle lock here, throttle handlebar lock. I'm gonna walk through this one the same way. I'm gonna go through it as if you have no idea what this is, you don't know how to use it, you don't know how to connect it, put it on your bike. Well, not connect it, but put it on, secure it. So I'm gonna walk through everything with you. So this one here, again, this is by Big Panther. So this is the one I have. I don't know about the other brands, because I don't have those. I have one by Big Panther here. So this one does come with 2 keys that you get with it. And same thing. So it's pretty straightforward. You just want to go ahead and open it up here. So say you just pulled up somewhere, you need to lock your bike up. Want to make sure it's as secure as possible. Just going to go ahead and slide it on. Make sure that's down tight. If you can get a good grip on the handlebar lever there, put it on. And then you just push that in right there. And then that'll lock up. So it's on there pretty good. I usually use the throttle handlebar lock for my back wheel. And then I put the disc brake lock on the front wheel. The combination of both of those will completely lock up the bike. Anybody that tries to roll it or move it, they definitely will not be able to do that because both wheels will be completely locked up 100%. So this is very solid. Like I said, it has some very good weight to it as well. Yeah, so pretty easy to use. You just go ahead and lock it up. And then again, you use the key when you're ready to take it off. Let's go ahead and open it up here. Pops open. Boom, and you're good to go. So y'all probably noticed this blue tape that I have on here. I know it looks pretty ghetto. Yeah, it doesn't look that great. I'm gonna replace this, but the reason I have this on here is because unfortunately the first couple times that I used it on my bike here, the handlebar lever on the front got pretty scraped up because this metal here was scraping against it. So I'll take the camera around and show you guys a little bit of damage that was done to it. So basically I just put this temporary tape here just so when I put this lock here on the lever, it doesn't scrape against, it doesn't scrape the paint off. So also another thing with this, when I was reading the reviews, a lot of people were complaining about it sliding off the bike. Once it's locked down, they will just kind of slide it off and be like, oh, this doesn't work. But this one does come with these little rubber inserts here. So there's one here, I have one here as well. And then I put this, if you guys can see in there. So I put these Velcro strips in here just to give it a little bit more security, just to give it a little bit more friction so that once it's locked down onto the lever, it's harder to slide off. Even though mine was pretty tight, but these do come with the insert. So what I did was I also saw people complaining about these inserts because they have a little bit of adhesive on it when you buy it. And the adhesive is cheap, so you can't really expect for it to stick in here permanently. So what I did was I just got a little bit of super glue and just put it on the undersides of it and just made sure that's on there. So these are on there pretty good. They're never going to come off. And that, helps as well just to grip the lock onto the bike. So this right here is what happened to the lever here. If you guys can see, try to get some focus on there for you. So this is pretty much what happened to the lever. You can see the damage on there. The paint got scraped off pretty badly. I'm not super worried about it because I really forget it's there sometimes, and you can't really see it when you're riding a bike. It's just a small part in the front of the lever, but it does suck, just to have it, damage your bike a little bit. But, you can always repaint this and, just paint it back black and, polish it down again. But just a quick idea, if you guys do get this throttle lock, brake lock, make sure you put some, definitely make sure you put some foam or some type of, soft material around the edges just to protect against your lever so you don't have something like this happen to your bike. So a couple other things I did want to make sure that I mentioned for these two locks here, guys. They do come with protective cases. So you can always, keep your lock in the case. And then if you have a storage bag on your bike, or if you ride with a backpack like I do, or both, have a backpack and a storage bag on your bike, you can just throw this in here and make sure that your locks are protected. And then this one here by Big Panther, this one does come with this cool case here as well. It just kind of snaps down there, and it has a little strap on there that you can lock in. So just so you guys can kind of see that if you're thinking about getting either one of these, I'll definitely put the Amazon links in the description below so you guys can check that out. And they do have different colors as well. They don't only come in red. So if you want a different color, you can, get something that matches better for you. One other thing I did want to say as well is actually when I first ordered this disc brake lock, I actually ordered 2 of them. There's a second one that's in here that I don't use because I ended up getting a throttle lock. So the reason I was initially going to get 2 locks for the disc brake is, I guess my thinking was I'd have double the alarm, right? This alarm is very, very loud. That is one of the pros of it. So I was thinking, I could have 2 on each wheel and then that'll be double the decibel volume. But I didn't end up using it. I think the throttle lock is a little bit better for me as far as, making sure it's tightened down. So you guys saw earlier in the video, this one is not very sensitive as far as the motion goes. So I don't want it to move at all. I don't want anybody touching my bike. I don't want it to move at all. If it moves a centimeter, I want to know about it. So as I'm sure most of y'all probably feel the same way. So I don't know, just for me, I just use the combo of the throttle lock and the disc brake lock, and then I have this one here as an extra, just in case if I ever do want to put 2 on there, or something happens with this one. So at the end of the day, y'all, this is just these are just deterrents, right? So these are not going to 100% prevent any thief or anybody from trying to steal your bike. What we want to do is we just want to make it difficult, and we want to create deterrence for them so that they hopefully, give up on it, or, don't even try at all is what we really want. So, if a thief wants to steal your bike or break a disc brake, or try to, take your bike away, they're going to figure out a way to do it. They're going to have an angle grinder, and yeah, so one thing I don't have here, which you guys might have noticed, is a U-lock. I do plan on getting a U-lock for the bike. The reason I don't have one is because I really don't park my bike by itself, hardly ever. The best way, in my opinion, to protect your bike is to not leave it alone in the first place. So if I do pull up someplace really quickly, like for example, if I go inside a CVS, or if I go to grab some food, Jersey Mike's, I'm pulling my bike right up to the window. I went to Jersey Mike's last week. I parked it right at the window, right by the entrance door. So when I go inside into the line, I can see my bike easily. It's no issues. I went into the store, I think it was Rite Aid. I went into Rite Aid and I brought my bike inside Rite Aid. That's just me. I literally walked my bike inside the store. You know what I mean? I was just going up to do a return, and I just brought it inside. Somebody's gonna have to tell me I can't bring my bike inside. That's just me. I'm not gonna just offer to leave my bike outside where I can't see it. So I brought my bike inside. Nobody said anything. Everybody was cool with it. I was only in there for like 5 minutes, and then I walked the bike back out. So yeah, guys, I think the best way to protect your bike ultimately is just to not leave it unattended. You can bring your bike inside. There's a lot of stores that might have a security guard, like a CVS or Walgreens, someplace like that. Sometimes they have a security guard at the front of the store. You can just be like, hey man, can I just park my bike right here? I'm gonna just go grab something. I'll be right back. They might not mind it, Obviously you can't take it into a place like a mall or something like that, where you can't, just be walking your bike down the mall aisle. So there are certain places where you are going to have to park it outside. Going back to me not having a U-lock, I'm going to put some maybe here or there, somewhere. I'll put it somewhere, a couple different options for you guys that I'm looking at. One that I'm looking at is the Hip Lock D1000, which I believe has a diamond security rating, which is the highest that you can get. So if you look at any of the reviews of the Hip Lock D1000, that one is, people say it's the most angle grinder resistant D-lock that you can get, or excuse me, U-lock that you can get. So, I mean, with a disc brake and the throttle, that's cool. But if you have to leave your bike long term, you always want to have the bike secured to something, have the frame secured to something. And if somebody is going to come up with an angle grinder, you want them to have the most difficult time as possible, right? So with the hip lock D1000, I believe that one, based on the videos that I saw, it took maybe four or five or six different discs on the angle grinder to actually cut through it. And you know, YouTubers, they do, you know, these security lock tests where they'll cut through something with an angle grinder, or they'll cut through a chain, and you know, they'll basically show you how long or how soon it can be cut through. So that U-lock took the longest time out of any of the videos that I saw. And it took every person that did the test, like I said, 4 to 6 different discs on the angle grinder to get through. So again, we just want to make deterrence, make it as hard as possible, and yeah, just make it tough for anybody to try to take your bike. Another U-lock I was looking at is by Light Lock. I believe it's the X1. And then they also have an X3 as well, which is supposed to be an upgraded version. So that one and the hip lock D1000 are, from what I've seen, two of the highest rated U-locks that you can get. Again, I'll put it up maybe here or over there for you guys so you can see exactly what it is. But, you know, that's just something extra. We just want to create as many deterrents as possible. 2 security locks plus a U-lock. That's 3 separate locks that you have on your bike. With both of those locks, they're both listed as being one of the most, or 2 of the most, angle grinder resistant locks that you can get right now. They are expensive. I believe the hip lock D1000 is $299 right now USD, and the Light Lock X1 I believe is $179. So you are paying a good amount of money for those U-locks. But if you think about it, would you rather pay more money for security and keep your bike, or lessen the chances of it being stolen, or would you rather have your bike stolen and you have to replace, you know, a $2,000, $3,000 e-bike, whatever you have? So I'd rather pay personally a couple $100s for a lock and not have to replace thousands of dollars for my e-bike. And also, guys, go ahead and check them out as well. I'll put the links in there also so you guys can see it. Make sure you go watch some videos on those 2 locks. Both of those locks, when they did the test, when they cut through one side, you still have to cut through the other side of the U-lock, which gives you a little bit of extra security. So it's not one of those locks that you can just cut through with an angle grinder and just crack it open. So if you cut through one, it literally just makes a slit in there, and you can't really do anything with it. So somebody would have to cut through both sides of the U-lock to, you know, get to your bike. So again, you're gonna pay a little bit more extra money for those locks. They are expensive, but in my opinion, it's 100% worth it to give you a little bit of extra security and peace of mind for your locks. For me, I live in an apartment. I don't have a house with a garage where I can keep my bikes in there. So I bring my bike up to my apartment. You know what I mean? I don't leave it down in the garage and you know, tie it up to anything or chain it up to anything. So if you can bring your bike inside your apartment, if you live in an apartment, do that. If you have an elevator, bring it inside. You know what I mean? Don't assume that you just have to leave your bike downstairs in the garage and secure it downstairs in the garage. Like, I don't care what your apartment manager says. I don't care what they tell you guys. Bring your bike inside if you can bring your bike inside. I don't care what they said. So, you know what I mean? Like, cause you might park it down in the garage, have it chained up to a pole or something. You might come downstairs one day and it might not be there. So I like my chances better having my bike inside my apartment, where I know it's there and I can see it at all times. So that's pretty much it, y'all. That's pretty much it. Just wanted to give you guys, you know, just a couple quick ideas, some suggestions on what you can do for security to hopefully protect your e-bike or your bike, whatever you have. If you have any other ideas, better locks, you know, better brake locks, better disc brake locks, better U-locks, let me know what you guys have seen. Go ahead and drop a comment below if you enjoyed this video, and also if you have, like I said, if you have any other ideas so other people can know as well. We're all in the e-bike community together. Sure, y'all don't want anybody stealing your bike. I don't want anybody stealing my bike. So if you guys have some ideas of some good rated locks for other people to use, make sure you go ahead and put that in the comment below. And yeah, as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.